Hey, what's going on, guys? So today I'm going to do the conversion for the SC10E. I'm going to do the pivot ball arm setups. It comes 2-pack set front and rear. But I haven't had any issues with my own. Everything's worked out pretty well for me as far as these go. But I was just in here digging, put it all back together. Yeah, my ESC was coming loose. I had to try to re-adhere it. So I got that all down. Alright, so I still got to attach all that in, but that's kind of what I'm doing right now. I was playing around with some different things. So these tires, I think, are what I'm going to run on this from the next run, opposed to these. So as you can see, they're a little bit more inset. They don't sit out as wide as these ones do. But these are the GRPs. These aren't going to balloon on me at all. So the last few runs I've had on these, I've actually started to pull these apart. So I got to reglue these, and we'll take these off and redo them. I love these tires. These are strapped. They're good good tires for these. But these are a little bit lighter, about the same diameter, so I shouldn't lose anything as far as my speed gearing and things go from what I already did when I strapped these. But that's the goal, is to go back out and we'll run these without the body, because that thing's just like an airlift. As you can see, it's been on its roof a lot. But once I get that done, I'll tune this thing back down to where I want to be at, and when I'm done my speed runs, and kind of mellow it out. But for now, I'm going to run it without the body with these tires on, and these will be my ultimate go back to, which again are very nice tires. Anybody needs some G-Locs, they fit the scalpel body perfectly. You actually need them for the scalpel body. These I actually had to put the 17 millimeter 12 to 17 millimeter hexes on them. So those are they're decent. They fit. They're nice and tight, I guess, to a degree. There's a little bit of play there, but it's in the knuckle area. Alright, so I got the wheels off. I'm going to go ahead and get the knuckles and arms, and I'll get all that unit and all this stuff off. Like I said, I'll fast forward through most of this. I'm just going to break this down, but I am going to put on some upgrades when I go to put this all back together. So I'll go over that when we get ready to reassemble. But I was forgetting that I had some parts I wanted to throw on here as well. Nothing spectacular, just a couple braces and things like that. I think I did the top plate. I can't remember what all I did. I actually had to pull them out. But so I'm going to go ahead and switch everything over. I'll probably have these all switched over to the 17 for the GRPs. I'll take off my adapters. These are for the G-Locs. When you do this with this truck and that body, that wide body, you need these 14 millimeter adapters. So they work great. They come with a little screw that goes in them like this, and it locks right into the end of them. It's a pretty good setup. I forget where I got them from, but I could find them if somebody really needed it. But I think I'm upgrading this part anyway, so I'm going to take it off. Is it all 4 of them? Yes, it is. All 4 of them. Alright. Well, so this looks like it only connects here, not all the way up. I guess since it's aluminum, it's stronger. So we are going to be replacing this anyway, so we're going to go ahead and get that off. What else we have here? The center universals, they bolt on instead of having the drive cups. I don't know if I'll do these or not. We'll see. I might, just since I have it all apart. The Lightened Spur, we'll put that on there. These are the hard springs. Probably put that on there. Sway bars, definitely want to have these on there. There's the arm kit, already got that down. Aluminum brace, we're going to put that on. Well, it's a brace. Well, it's a diff mount. I know it's a diff mount. I meant top brace, but there's no brace connection to it. Now these I'm not going to be able to put on, and these I'm not going to be able to put on because these are what I'm replacing. So Those will be getting sold. We won't be dealing with those. A slide style motor mount for all my easy access pinion changing that I've been doing. Should have already had this on there. Carbon fiber upper plate. And that's a 12mm set upgrade, which I'm not going to use either because I'm going to the 17mm. And I've never had a problem. I think I'll go back to that once I do. I don't think I'll use those. I wanted to get the carbon fiber T-plate, so I didn't go completely crazy with it. I just wanted some of the good essentials and things. The towers are something I want. I don't know if they weren't listed yet or I just didn't get them yet, but one way or the other I'll probably get them as well. Alright, well, let me get back to disassembling this, and that's what we're going to have to worry about putting on, so we're going to take off everything to get to those parts. Alright, there's my rear end. Should be able to disassemble this and put it back together pretty easily now. I've already done my oils and things on this truck, so I shouldn't have to go through and do any of that, but it's the perfect time to do that as well if you're going to do this. We just got to take off the screws here on the ends, and this whole assembly is going to come off in your hands. Alright, so I'll probably start with the front. Just going to go ahead and we'll take this piece off. Connects right up here. Get the bumper out of the way. So I got the old off. Oops. Alright, so I got the arms off. This all is staying the same with the exception of this top plate, so I'll take this off now too. And this is ready to go for the next setup. Pretty much got this one ready to go. I might take this off and get it ready as well, but for now those two are ready to go. Got to get the hubs and things off of these, which I'll go ahead and do, which is pretty simple. It's just, these won't affect you at all. Mine are different, so I'm going to go ahead and take them off the way mine come off. And then this whole set I'll just leave the way it is. We are fully set up, ready to go. I got to take the center out probably because I'm going to put the new Spur on. So I might as well take the center out. And I got the new upper plate piece I'm going to put on. So we're just going to go ahead and drop this whole piece here now, and then I'll get started. Now it should come out. Alright, so that's off now. It's pretty good condition. I mean, for the running I did on this truck already, it's not too bad. So it's gonna be a good, it's about half the size. Alright, so with the shafts I'm going to be doing, these connect to the front and rear diff. So these are still normal, so I'm just going to go ahead and pop my drive cup back in this way. My bearing should still slide back on. Yep, but I'm going to put that pin in first before I put that gasket back down. This mount's a little different than I've ever experienced. I'm going to play with it here for a second.
you haven't seen this mount yet, or if you're looking at this and you're thinking about getting this, but looks like it's got adjustment here that lets it just get a little bit extra in and out, but it almost feels separate. It is. So I guess you can align it, adjust it. That gives you just different placement. I don't know why they didn't pick the same color when they did this stuff. Like even this, it's got, you know, the gold color, and then it's got this like dark gray. I don't know. Just like the black motor mount in this piece. I mean, they figured they would try to match it up a little bit, but alright, so like always, I'm going to use thread lock in the aluminum. Feels nice and smooth. Ready to set this off to the side now. We'll go ahead and this was the front one. This is the rear one. Okay. So go ahead and I'm going to rebuild my rear. Might as well go ahead and get this piece off since I'm upgrading it. Alright, there we go. Now, let's get one of these arm kits out. Oh, you know what? Might as well put my hard springs on. See if we can compare them while we're at it. So, can't really see much difference. Let's see if I can do the same pressure here. Yeah, so, oh shit, I'll put my eye out. Man, that thing launched right at my face. Oh my god. So yeah, the hard springs are definitely have more tension, so that's awesome. But yeah, be careful doing that. That was dangerous. Alright, finally get to these things, man. I've been waiting for a while to get to this. Just snap right off, nice and convenient. We're gonna hold on to this for a minute just because I don't want to start separating that yet. So I started to mess around with the kit for the rear. And I noticed on the instructions it was saying front. I'm like, okay, it's no big deal, I'm going to do this. So I played around with it so much that I actually had it on there, but I'm just going to bypass that. Like I said, I can make it work if I wanted to, but the pivot balls don't have any place to hook because the rear only had an upper link, so it never had a place for the turnbuckle to attach to the rear. So I was going to just attach it to the chassis and make my own. You know, I had the links, everything, you know, out, ready to go to try it. But then I just decided I didn't want to puncture anything in the bottom. You know, I had the aluminum hubs. I'm just going to go ahead and put the aluminum hubs on the rear, put the rear back the way it was, and then put the upgrade front, and then I'll go over that. So I had already done the sway bar in the rear, so I'll go over that again when I do the front, just for anybody that didn't see. You know, it's pretty simple to put together, but you know, I'll just cover it again because I'm probably going to delete all that I did. And I got my shaft on that we went ahead and did. Alright, so this is ready to be mounted again. Let's get the arms done. So I want to do the knuckles real quick. I get my aluminum knuckles out. Just got to throw my bearings in them. Do a quick swap. And this will be ready to roll. Alright, be careful with this because there's a little spacer in the bottom of this. Right there. You need that. You want to keep it on the same side as it was as well. Alright, now that's set. ready to go. I'm going to go ahead and make the other one up, and we'll throw these on. Now the rear arm set's getting ready to go on. Let's see here. They go on like this. Alright, now I'm going to put my sways and my shocks all in real quick. There we go. My rear. Go ahead and put the links and shafts back in. Rear is done. Let's go ahead and hook her up. They did not make this easy to get in there and hold that down. Can't really hold the nut. Alright, the rear is put together. Everything's tight. Brace is nice and tight on there. Drive shafts in. Power to the wheels. Everything's smooth. So far, so good. Alright, now all I gotta do is build the front and put all that back together. So I'm going to kind of go over the arms with you on that. Here are the arms I made. Now, alright, these are the replacement arms. This is how they'll go. Now again, I already built these. I just took these back off the front. But I want to show you in comparison to the old one. Of course, they had the steering knuckle style. But this was a weak part right here. This is this connection between here and here. The pin could break. This piece could break, basically disconnecting it. So now we have a completely solid arm. And it's thicker even on this side of it. It's thick all the way down. So it's a nice upgrade. Bottom A arm is about the same. Nothing really different there. But now we got the pivot ball style. And personally, I love this style. This is my favorite style to have on the truck. I'm glad they made it. So I'm going to go ahead and pop this on. The curvature goes in towards the truck. The long part here on the arm is going to be on the back side where the shocks go, and this is going to be where the anti-sway goes, which once we set it all up, I'll show you that. I'm going to hook up the anti-sway for this as well. But this is basically going to go like this, here and here. Just got to hook it up. Alright, so the upgraded shaft just slides on here. Now the shaft's on. Alright, when you open that thing up, be careful, man, because this stuff, I mean, it's all loose in that package. So, and you need everything. So you're going to make sure you have your grubs and everything that's in there. I don't need this now, but because I just did this for the front. But it gives you the exact diagram, basically, what you want to build. You're just taking off the two screws here that connect, which are these. I think they're a 1.5. Alright, bars in, you just put your pieces back on like that. Don't over tighten that. Give it a little bit of turn here to get these to... Just want to get it tight enough where it grabs it and starts to change it and not let it move. And then I back it off a little bit. Alright, there we go. just so it's not banging around in there. I mean, right now it's only moving straight up and down. There's no lift or anything like that, which I bet you my rear I have, because I didn't tighten them down yet. I was waiting until I got everything lined up. Alright, now you take your 1.5, they got the grubs. And then at the end of the grub, they have a little Allen head. A long grub. If you can see that or not. Just going to thread this in. About halfway. And then you want to take the other end and just screw it on. So you're basically going to have that when you're done, but all the way together. Alright, now one end's going to get an insert. Alright, the finished product looks like that. Alright, make another one. So we'll come back to these when we go to get the arms, after we get the arms on and everything's mounted. Alright, now we get our inserts in here, which they are on paper. For the front uppers are yep, they're the 1x1s right in the center, so probably have them somewhere. I'm going to snap off 2 new ones though, just because I got them here on the kit. Everything's kind of everywhere. Alright, and they also gave this piece now that sits down in here like this and grips, but I got to put my inserts in here. Alright, now we can slide this down over it. Goes with the ridges up, or the bumps. Kind of see how it dips down right here. That faces up. Just get right over top of that like that, nice and easy. Alright, there is our pivot ball steering. Now we have a nice fluent pivot ball system. Should be able to just flick it without any kind of resistance. This one seems like it's not as fluent as this one. So then you just back it off a tad bit, because it's not much. And now it's fine. So perfect. Alright, this is good to go. Now, might as well throw these on the Swivet anti-sway holders. So, the I can't win, man. I really can't. Not today. The front end's got to be put on after the servo saver slid down. So, ta-da! Alright, so that only took like 10 minutes. But, yeah, had to be done. Now, since I haven't unhooked this servo and all this stuff, this steering servo should line right back up. I never took the horn off. So I should be dead to center, you know, just as I was. When you take the horn off is when you got to really reposition it, turn the servo on, find home, or, you know, the center, line up the wheels, and then put it back on. But if you leave the horn on, you don't have to mess with that. So I didn't, and I don't. Alright, you got to put these in for the pivot balls. These came in the pivot ball kit. You just put them into the ends so you can snap on the links. I'm just going to go ahead and do that now. Alright, so it's easier if you actually like thread the screw with a regular like 3mm screw and then come back and try to put this in, because it's such a fresh hole that it's really hard to get this thing started enough to really bite. So once you do that, then you can take your little cross wrench or whatever you want, and it just fits right on there. Screw it down till it won't let you screw anymore. It goes down. I mean, you can stop it just a hair before it bites down, but these things usually are going to come off, and if they break, you got to get a new one anyway. But like right there, I just spun it, which means, you know, I wasn't putting pressure on it. It means it's all the way down, and it's riding off the top, because it's a very small hex head on there, and there's not much room. So we'll snap these on now. Again, my alignment should be perfect. I'm hoping, I'm counting on that, but we'll see. Time will tell. Alright, so I still got to get my new upper brace. My new upper plate, not brace. This piece. Alright, so this doesn't just thread through. It actually wants a nut in there again. So, alright, good deal. Alright, let's see what we got. Same thing, so we're good to go. These were on top. Oh, shit. It reminded me, because as soon as I went to go kind of shimmy this plate on top, it felt like it had a little bit side to side wiggle. Much better. And now we just got to put the front, or put this down. Alright, so to say I'm disappointed in the upgraded motor mount is an understatement. So I got my perfect mesh. Everything's great with this right now. It's 21 tooth, and I mean, without going too far over into that open hole area where it's bigger at, I mean, I can at least probably get a 23 on here if I want. So we'll see how it is with the 21 and figure it out from there. But right now I'm good. I mean, I'm going back to the original. I recommend if you're going to be up gearing it, you know, it's fine. Plus the gear mesh is real easy to do on this. I hadn't figured it out yet on that because I was trying the wrong pinion. The 19 seemed like I could have gotten it, but this is it right here. This is the way to go. Just stick with the regular mount, and we get back at it. Alright, it's all fired up now, so I got everything smooth. Steering's all great. I just realized I'm still running the stock servo on this thing. I would have thought I would have upgraded that by now, or I would have done it now, but I ain't doing it to no more tonight, I'll tell you that. This thing took a little bit longer than I expected with, you know, the error trying to play around with the rear and all. But I mean, other than that, it's all set. You know, full steering control. I'll put my aluminum servo horn and servo on if I decide to keep it. But check this out, because this is the first time I just put that lightweight on. It's metal, so you know, it was a loud truck to begin with, but I don't know how that comes out on camera, but holy shit, that is loud. So yeah, no, everything's fine. It's a great gear mesh. You know, it's not too loose, not too tight. It's perfect. It's just a small. It's all metal gear, and it's just loud. But all right, man, I can't wait to get this thing out. We'll go throw some tires on this thing and get her going. Probably, hopefully this weekend or this upcoming week. So hopefully you'll see another video of the speed runs getting back at it, and maybe we can top something now. We got this 21 tooth on. Again, just kind of cover all the upgrades. Get the front and rear aluminum brace. What else did we do? Oh, the spur gear, the carbon fiber upper plate and the top plate, the sway bar, the stiff springs, and the shafts, the upgraded shafts. They don't slide. So I think it was pretty much it that we just did as far as an upgrade goes now. Oh, and the aluminum hubs. I went with the aluminum hubs since we weren't doing the pivot balls all the way around like I originally thought I could. And I could have. I just didn't feel like modifying anything tonight. I would have had to put a toe link here and mount it, and I didn't want to go through all that. Most people aren't going to want to do that, so I just want to show how it is, how you're going to set it up for anybody that wants to get it normally. I like the pillow ball set all the way around, but again, it's not really necessary. This stiffened everything up nicely. I was talking about some play in the beginning, but I don't have any right now, so it's all stiff. I'm happy with it, and you know, I can't wait, you know, with the springs and everything else, and the sway bars, just to see how much better this thing handled, because it already handled pretty good. You know, considering the speed and considering I didn't do much to it to get where I was going. But now we've got it modified a little bit. We've got some shock oils, springs, stuff like that are going to help me control the car a lot better. Alright guys, I appreciate you watching, and hopefully you got something out of this. If nothing else, just to take a look at the vehicle. And what I'll do is also I'll go over the vehicle. We'll get a pan out of it all once it's done. Maybe after I get my wires all wrapped up and all, and we'll get a good overview of everything, just so you can kind of see it how it is with all the upgrades on it. You know, there are more you could probably do. A couple here and there is not much actually. I think the towers, and I didn't even see them when I first got them. I have to check to see if they're available yet. But the towers, I think, are the only thing I didn't get that I would have gotten. And I'm sure this piece, if it's available in aluminum, I would have gotten that, just because, you know, you would have wanted that 3-piece to be aluminum if you're going to do it. But other than that, I mean, I got everything I need on it, man. I'm not bashing this truck. I don't recommend bashing this truck. I'm going to go out for speed runs, you know, probably dirt track, stuff like that. And that's what I say this truck's good for. It's a great chassis for it. It's built for racing. And you know, I'm actually disappointed that Redcat has discontinued it, but I know where they're going at, and it's not in the future plans. So nothing wrong with the vehicle, no issues there. It was just you know, they're starting to get rid of products that aren't moving, and they're starting to get ready to redo their whole line. So everything you see coming out from here on out will be exclusive Redcat. So that's good news for them. But yeah, so I'm going to get out of here, guys. Appreciate everybody watching.